So we're beginning in the semi-supine position, knees bent, feet on the floor, shoulder blades broad, the centre of your head resting onto your head support. Letting your hands rest onto your belly and feeling the movement of your breath under your hands. No need to change anything, just notice the breathing. And take your awareness to the breath at the tip of the nostrils. Feeling the touch and the temperature of the breath as it flows in and out. Also noticing the very beginning of your inhale, the pause at the end of the inhale, the very end of your exhale, and the pause in between. Maintaining your awareness on the breath in the nostrils. And then making sure that you've got the heels of your hands on the floating ribs and the fingers towards the middle of the body. Take our awareness back to the breath and the movement under the hands. This time really sending the breath down into this area, into the low lobes of your lungs, without forcing or straining. And knowing that at any time, if you're feeling anxious or worried or stressed, that if you can focus on sending your breath down into your belly and do nice slow breaths, it will help to calm you down, help to activate your parasympathetic nervous system, which sends messages to your body, letting it know it's time to release the stress and be calm, or at least work towards that. So at this point, you're probably just focusing on the breath at the front, the top of the belly as it rises and falls. Start to bring your awareness out to the area under the heels of the hands as well. So you feel the front and also the sides of this low lobular area expanding. And of course, releasing and relaxing on the exhale. And also feel the back of the body expanding in this low lobular area. Front, sides, and back on the inhale. And on the exhale, softly releasing. Just a couple more breaths here. And then after the exhale, stretch your legs out, let your arms come up and over behind. Have a big yawn and a stretch. And then leaving your arms up behind, letting the feet fall out to the sides. Everything's relaxed. We'll inhale and stretch from the left heel through to the right fingers. Stretching diagonally across the body. As you exhale, soften. On the inhale, stretch from the right heel to the left fingers. Exhale, soften. Inhale, stretch from the right heel to the right fingers. Exhale, soften. Inhale, left heel to left fingers. Exhale, let go. And one more, stretching from the heels to the fingers the whole way along, sliding the back of the head away, making your neck a little longer. Holding the stretch, stretching out your fingers and your toes. And on the exhale, release and relax. Bringing your arms back down by the sides. And take your knees and ankles together. So we're going to do the crocodile series this morning. And so the knees and ankles are together. Your hands are a little away from the body with the palms up, stretching out all of your fingers so that your fingernails are on the mat. Your neck's nice and long, shoulder blades are broad, gently extending through the heels. We're going to take our right heel and place it in between the big toe and second toe of the left foot. And then you slide it back down and put the left heel in between the big toe and second toe. So let's just keep this moving. And as we do this, we're noticing little movements at the base of the spine. And also as you do this, you could visualize a colour red, deep red. Movements we're doing are related to the base energy centre. So a couple more. Feeling those slight movements in the spine. Again, helping to lubricate some of the tiny joints. Once your left leg has come down, just relax everything. Feet flop out to the side, the fingers curl. And then we'll inhale and tighten all of the muscles in the body. Tightening everything up, holding, feeling that tension. And then letting it go on the exhale, breathing out through the mouth. Coming back with the heels and knees together, stretching out the fingers. This time we're going to step the right ankle over the left ankle and then down, left over right. So you're really just crossing the ankles. Keep that moving, noticing the movements. Again, low in the spine, and you could visualize orange, your favourite orange. feeling the little movements. And then when your left foot steps back down, let everything soften and relax. We'll inhale, tighten. Exhale through the mouth, release. Bringing the knees and ankles back together. Taking your right foot on top of your right kneecap. You could take your arms out a little wider if you wanted to. I'm going to start to let this knee rock from side to side. So just listening to your body and making sure that you're just working within your own limits. The colour here is yellow, and you'll notice that you're starting to feel the movements in the lower back, in the lumbar region. Just keep on moving the knee in your own way, and then bring it back to the centre, slide that leg long, and then take your left foot on top of your right knee and start to let the knee rock from side to side. Feeling the movements in the spine and visualising yellow. Coming back to the middle, slide the left leg away. Bring your arms back to the start position. And we'll inhale, tightening everything up. Breathe out, let go. Bend your knees back into semi-supine, this time with the knees and ankles together. We're going to take our arms out at 90 degrees with the palms up. Keeping the knees and ankles together, we'll start to rock the legs from side to side, gently letting your head ease in the other direction. And so we're moving higher into the spine now. You can visualise green, deep forest green. Feeling these movements. And then coming back to the middle, stepping your feet out about as wide as one of the mats, and then starting to rock again from side to side, still visualising your green. Head moving in the other direction. Come back to the middle, step your feet back in line with your hip joints, bring your arms back down to the start position, slide your legs away. Inhale, tighten. And exhale, relax. Back into semi-supine. Bring your elbows in towards your waist, fingers pointing towards the ceiling and palms towards each other. We're going to bring our knees up over our body. And this time we're starting to let the knees rock from side to side, using your hand as a little buffer. Now you just listen to your body and go as far as you like. So you might like to take your knees all the way down to the floor and the head is moving in the other direction, or they might just do smaller rocks from side to side. And as we do this, we're visualising sky blue. If you find the visualisations difficult, you can just think of something that's that colour. In this case, probably the sky. It could be the pool though, or the waters of TCI. Coming back to the middle, placing the feet down, sliding your legs away, arms a little away from the body. Inhale, tightening everything. And then let go. Taking a couple of breaths here. And then let's bend our knees, come back into semi-supine position. Inhale. On the exhale, bring your right thigh over your body, hold onto the shin and stretch your left leg away, extending through the heel gently. On the inhale, compress that right thigh in towards the abdomen. And you may like to have your left leg slightly lifted off of the floor, a little more engaged. On the exhale, let's swap, changing legs. On the inhale, we bring that left thigh in closer. And exhale, change. Inhale, compress. Exhale and swap. Inhale, compress. And exhale, change. This time I'm going to stay here for a couple of breaths. So bringing that right thigh over the body, gently extending through your left heel, having the leg slightly lifted off of the floor. Breathing. Massaging the internal organs, helping everything to stay nice and healthy and moving through down there. On an exhale, swap. Again, heel of the right leg slightly extended and the leg slightly lifted, compressing on the left side. And then on your next exhale, bring your right thigh over your body also. So giving the knees a good hug. And now making circles with your knees, massaging the spine, also the internal organs as the knees come down and across. And then change directions. Coming back to the middle, give your knees a really good hug. Inhale. On the exhale, engage the pelvic floor, chin to the chest, forehead to the knees, snuggle up into a little ball, sliding the shoulder blades down towards the waist. Holding and breathing. And then on the inhale, relax the head down, making sure your neck is nice and long, letting your knees widen. Slide the hands down the inside of the calf muscles, holding on to the ball of the feet and lifting your feet up into the air. So your knees are pointing wider than your armpits, your thighs are in towards your rib cage as best you can do, and then draw your feet back behind. Unless you're a ballet dancer, they're probably not going to go too far, but we want to feel a stretch in the belly of the hamstring. So if you want to, you could hold on to your big toe instead. Keep on drawing those feet back. Have a little rock from side to side. And then coming back to the middle, just rest into happy baby pose, relaxing the shoulders, relaxing the face, drawing the feet back. And then release, letting the feet come towards the bottom, holding on behind the thighs, knees over the hip joints. And then we'll inhale. On the exhale, extend through the right heel and stretch your leg up into the air. And then bend, extend through the left heel and stretch it up into the air. So let's keep this going in our own time, stretching up. Now, as your leg goes up into the air, it doesn't matter what angle it's at, as long as it's reasonably straight. So we don't want to lock, but we want to have the leg straight and the heel extended, so we're getting a stretch into the back of the leg. Keep it going. And now as you do this, start to sort of take your leg out at a little bit of a wider angle as you straighten it up. Just do what's right for your body. Extending and straightening. Start to bring it back towards the center. Finish with the left leg and then let the knees come over the body again. Extend through the heels, so your knees are bent, you're extending through the heels. Bring your arms down by the side with the palms down. Now just have a little rock with your knees so that your back flattens and then it arches. So you're kind of tilting your pelvis with the weight of the legs at the moment. And then bring your knees over your hips. Let your lower back come to a neutral spine. So there should be a tiny gap there, not a big one. It shouldn't be flat, just a tiny gap. We'll inhale. Keeping that tiny gap, on the exhale, we're going to start to lower our heels down to the mat. So you want to draw your stomach muscles towards your spine and also engage your pelvic floor. Slowly, slowly, slowly taking the heels down. Once they touch down, then you can let your feet relax down and everything soften. Okay, so we want to check where our feet now are and possibly you want to bring them back towards your bottom a little bit. So if you just lift your head and slide your hands down and just see that you can tickle the back of your heels, they'll be in about the right spot. Your ankles should be underneath your knees. They should be, your feet should be about hip distance apart. And we're going to do some pelvic tilts, some more pelvic tilts, and then some bridging. So heels of hands on the frontal hip bones, making sure your neck's nice and long. Inhale. On the exhale, flatten your back, engage the pelvic floor, stomach muscles draw towards the spine, making sure your neck is nice and long still. Inhale, tilt the tailbone away, create a little more space under the lower back, not too much. And then exhale, flatten, engage the pelvic floor, stomach muscles draw to the spine. Inhale, tilting away. Exhale, flattening the back and engaging the pelvic floor. So hold it here. We're going to go into a pelvic clock. So this is 12 o'clock. And then on the inhale, you're going to start to work your way across to 3 o'clock to the left, tilting towards the tailbone, which is 6 o'clock, back across to the right hip, 9 o'clock, and then to 12 o'clock again. So please continue with this, just very slowly moving. Again, really helping to lubricate some of those tiny joints, moving them in a mindful way. And sometimes they'll move like this throughout the day and you really won't be thinking about it. Once you come back to 12 o'clock, go anti-clockwise, across to the right first, and then continue your circling. Until you come back to 12. Once you're at 12, then return to a neutral spine. All right, so the arms are down by the side now, palms down, and we're going to move into the flowing bridge, and then we'll hold the bridge. Inhale. On the exhale, flatten the back, navel draws in, pelvic floor engages, and we're going to peel the spine off of the mat, one vertebra at a time until we come up into the bridge. So you're up onto your shoulder blades or shoulders, your neck is long. Inhale, let your arms float up and over behind as the spine comes down one vertebra at a time. You can do a little pelvic tilt at the end, and then exhale, flattening the back, engaging the pelvic floor, peeling the spine off of the mat one vertebra at a time as the arms come back down by the sides. The feet are plugged in. Inhale, letting your spine come down, arms float up and over. On the exhale, flattening the back and peeling the spine. We're going to come up to the bridge. Neck is long. The hips are lifted. Shoulder blades are comfortable. And we'll stay here for a few breaths. Practicing the Kegel exercises while we're here. Little tightening of the buttocks, making sure that your knees and legs are feeling very stable. Focusing on long, slow breaths. And then on the next inhale, we'll lift up onto the toes, let the arms come up and over behind. We're coming down in 3 breaths. On the first exhale, we're bringing the top third of the spine down. And then we'll hold and inhale. Next exhale, middle third of the spine comes down. Hold on the inhale. And then on the last exhale, the whole spine comes down. Let our arms come back by the sides. Stretch out the legs. Turning the palms up and taking a couple of long, slow breaths. And then we're going to roll over onto our bellies. Okay. So firstly, having your hands underneath your forehead. Legs are lengthened in line with the hips. Your ankles are open. Take a couple of breaths here, focusing on the low lobes. Like we did at the start, but just feeling the difference between laying on your back and laying on your belly. So as you inhale here, your belly is going to press into the mat and expand the rib cage out to the side, and the back of the body will also expand upwards. And then everything will soften and relax. So a couple more breaths, please. And then take your arms down by the side with the palms down. Let your shoulders drop towards the floor, roll up towards your ears, up towards the ceiling, and then walk your fingers further down towards your feet. And then let the shoulders broaden and relax, as if you're standing nice and tall. So as we do this, we want to keep our neck nice and long. If you look at the mat, you should be looking at the same spot on the mat each time if you have your eyes open. Starting with the opposite arm and leg, as we inhale, raise the head, keeping the neck long. Raise your right arm and your left leg, and also using your spine muscles to arch yourself up a little bit. And as you exhale, float back down with control, drawing the stomach muscles gently towards the spine. Inhale, raise the head, the left arm and the right leg. And then exhale, lower, engaging the core. Inhale, raise the head, right arm, left leg. Exhale, lower. Inhale, raising the head, left arm, right leg. And lower. So that's level one, and you can stay with that if you like. If you want to go a little further, we're going to inhale and raise both arms and legs this time, making sure the neck stays nice and long. Exhale, float down, stomach muscles draw into the spine. Inhale, raise up, both arms and legs, if that's what you've chosen. Exhale, float down. Inhale, raise up, and stay here holding or floating up and down, or opposites. And if you're holding, find the challenging spot that's not forceful. Stretching out through the fingers and toes, and focusing on your breath. And then exhale and release, bringing your hands back under your forehead, stack the other one on top this time. Relaxing the body. Bend your knees, Let your legs move from side to side like windscreen wipers. Coming back to the middle, letting your legs lengthen. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders, elbows snuggled into the sides. And on the inhale, press yourself up onto all fours. Widen the knees, big toes towards each other. Take your hips towards your heels. You can stretch your arms out in front or have your hands or fists underneath the forehead and relax. And then come up onto all fours. A few cat breaths. So stretching out the fingers lightly, knees under the hips, broad shoulder blades, long spine. Start from the tailbone. As you inhale, let it ease back and up. Let the body come forward towards the mat like a hammock. Roll the shoulders back, lifting the chin. On the exhale, tuck your tailbone under. Start to round the spine up towards the ceiling, bringing the chin towards the chest. So please keep on going. Nice, slow movements, keeping some tone in your belly as you let it come towards the mat. And after the next exhale, return to a neutral spine. A few lateral cats, looking at one heel and then the other, letting your spine move from side to side. And then come back to the middle, and we're going to take a seat. So you could sit onto a cushion or a book. Bringing your legs out just comfortably wide, and have your hands onto your thighs. We'll start to slide down one leg and then the other. Sliding your hands along as much of the skin of your legs as you can, so making sure you're covering the insides and the outsides. And then come back up, bringing your legs towards each other now. And we're going to sit up nice and tall, and we'll take our left foot over the right foot. Okay, so you're sitting tall, bringing your left arm out to the side, and then, no, sorry, right arm out to the side. Right arm, give that knee a good hug, so get your elbow around if you can, and then inhale and sit yourself up. So you want your spine to be nice and long. You're drawing your left knee towards your right shoulder, sitting up really tall and proud, and then you might like to rotate around towards the left a little bit, and you could possibly even take your left hand down behind. So the palm could be down, or your thumb and fingers could be down. Just relaxing the shoulders, drawing the knee, left knee towards the right shoulder, And don't twist around too far, just a gentle twist. Long, slow breaths. Again, feeling the belly as you inhale, pressing towards the thigh. And then exhale and release. Let that leg lengthen. And we'll step the right foot over. Taking your left arm out to the side. Give the knee a big hug. Get your elbow around as best you can. And then inhale, sit yourself up. So long spine, right knee towards left shoulder. And then if you want to rotate around towards the right a little and possibly even taking that right hand back behind. And release, come back to the middle, stepping the leg down, give them a bit of a pump, pumping the calf muscles onto the floor. And now we are going to take our left foot in towards the right thigh. We'll go through the movements we did the other day. So bringing your hands to your heart center. Inhale, a big circle. Arms come up above the shoulders. Turn towards your left thigh, hands to either side. And as you exhale, bend your elbows, taking your chest towards your thigh. Doesn't matter if that hip lifts at the back. And then inhale, come back up, scooping the arms up. Turn further over the left leg, hands to the outside. And then exhale, bend the elbows, take the forehead towards the mat. Now it doesn't matter if your forehead doesn't go all the way to the mat. Inhale, press back up, big circle again with the arms. Turn towards your right leg. As you exhale, hinge forward from the hips. Feel like you're stretching out through the crown of your head and your fingers. So you're hinging, and then your hands will come down onto your shin. And then you can let your chin drop towards your chest. You should feel a stretch in the back of your leg. Extending gently through that heel, relaxing as much as you can. And then inhale, coming up to seated, big circle. Turn your body towards your left thigh. Bring your right hand onto your left thigh. Inhale, stretch your left fingers up towards the ceiling. And then on the exhale, your fingers will go towards the right toe. So you're going to stretch along the left side of the body. So the left fingers towards the right toes. The right side of your body's kind of stretching down over the right thigh. And we're breathing, and you can even look up towards the ceiling, or you could just look to the left. And then inhale, bring the left arm up and then place it down behind you. Come up onto your right foot. Swing your right arm in front of your face, up near your ear, and have a big stretch along the right side of your body. And then let your arm come down in front. Just place yourself back down to seated. We're going to finish with an inhale, circling the arms up, palms together, and hands to the heart. Lovely. Placing your hands down, and we'll change sides. So stretching your left leg out, right foot in towards the thigh. Bringing the palms together. And then inhale, circle. Turn towards the right, hands to either side, and exhale. Bend your elbows, body towards the thigh. Inhale, bring yourself up, big circle. Turning further over the right, hands to the outside, and as you exhale, bend the elbows forward towards the mat. Inhale, coming up, big circle. Body towards the left this time, gentle extension through the heel. As we exhale, we hinge forward, lengthening through the fingers and spine first. Then take your hands down. Then let your chin drop towards your chest. All right, inhale, up we come. Big circle again. Turn your chest towards your right thigh. Left hand onto the right thigh. Inhale, fingers of the right hand stretch up towards the ceiling. And then on the exhale, the right fingers are moving towards the left toes. Inhale, coming up, placing the right hand behind, come up onto the left foot, swing your left arm in front, so the upper arm comes near the ear, then have a big stretch along the left side of the body. And then coming down, finish with a big circle, inhale, palms together, and hands to the heart. Lovely. Bring your hands down. Just let the soles of the feet come towards each other. Have a little flutter with your knees. Slide your legs a little further away. Inhale, nice and long through the spine. Exhale, hinge forward from your hips, firstly, then let your chin drop. You can be holding onto your feet or your ankles, or if you want to go a little further, remember we're going to take the hands underneath the calf muscles to hold onto the top of the feet, and then let your head relax, knees relax, everything letting go. And breathe. Inhale, bring yourself up to seated, and then we will come over onto the hands and knees. Only for a moment, we'll tuck our toes under and sit back onto the heels. Stretching the bottom of the feet. And then bring your fingers down, lift your knees, come into a little balance. And then use your thighs to stand yourself straight up. Lovely. All right, so we'll do a little, my head's missing. We'll do a little body wrapping, stepping your feet a comfortable distance apart, letting your arms swing around the body. And then come back to the middle. Take your hands, so your feet should be just wider than shoulder distance apart. Hands onto the sides of your thighs. Shoulder blades sliding down, neck nice and long. We're going to inhale and slide the right hand down the right leg and your left hand up to your left rib cage. And then come back to the center. So we'll inhale and slide. Really try and breathe into the side that your hand is coming up to. And then exhale, come back to the middle. Inhale, slide towards the right. Exhale to the middle. Inhale, slide to the left. Try to keep your neck long, don't let your head completely drop down. Inhale, slide back up. Oh, that was an exhale. And then inhale, slide to the side. This time let your arm come up and over and have a big stretch along the left side of the body. So we're going to hold it here. Breathing. Really try and breathe into the left side of your rib cage. And then inhale, come up. Let that hand come down onto the thigh. Exhale, relax the shoulders. And then we'll inhale, slide to the left. We'll slide the hand up, then let it reach up and over. Breathing into the right side. Inhale, come up, and exhale, let the arm come down. Give your shoulders a roll, back the other way. Today's one of those days where the time has gotten away. Time for a salute to the sun. Let's come up to the top of the mat. Feet underneath the hip joints, hands down by the sides. And turn the palms out, thinking about the sun if you can't see it. Inhale, big circle, bring the arms up above the shoulders. Bend your knees and exhale, let the arms come in a wide scoop. We call this a swan dive, all the way down, fingers on the floor, knees bent enough so that your belly's on your thighs. Hands onto the knees, fingers in, thumbs out. We inhale, straighten the legs. Straighten the spine, and then exhale, bend the knees, slide down, fingers down by the sides of the feet. Take a big step back with your right foot, let your right knee come down. Inhale, up onto the fingers, lengthening the spine, and then exhale, lunging the hips forward, stretching the hip flexors. Palms coming down. And into your plank, your big plank or your little plank, whichever you choose. Broad shoulder blades, stomach muscles drawing in, heels pressing away, tailbone slightly tucking in towards, well, the floor. Right, from here today, just for something different, we are going to go into the downward dog. So you're going to lift your bottom up, and then walk your feet towards your hands a little bit because they would have been a bit too far away. Turn your fingers out a little bit and then just make adjustments so that you feel like you're in a good downward dog. So we want a long spine. Our arms are near our ears. Our heels are moving towards the mat. And that will depend on whether they can make it, how flexible you are in the back of your legs. Let's walk the dog now. Come back to the middle. Take your left foot closer to your right foot. Three-legged dog, stretch your right leg up behind. Now today we're going to bend the right knee, let the foot come towards your right buttocks, and then let the foot come towards the left buttocks and lift your knee up towards the ceiling, having a bit of a twist, opening up through the hip and the side of the body. And then rotate back to flat hips. Stretch your leg out behind, look between your hands, and then put that foot in there somehow. That's the hardest part. Lift the left foot to come up towards the right foot so they're both with each other. Hands onto the shins, inhale to your halfway. And then exhale, slide down. Reverse swan dive, so we're going to inhale a big circle with the arms as we come up to standing, bringing the palms together to the heart. Let your hands come down, ready for the left side. Inhale, big circle, arms above the shoulders. Bend your knees, exhale, swan dive. Wide arms, folding forward. Hands onto the shins, inhale, straighten the legs, straighten the spine. Exhale, slide down. Fingers by the feet, big step back with your left, let the left knee come down. Inhale up onto the fingers, lengthening the spine, and exhale, lunging your hips forward. Palms down, plank. Holding the plank for just a moment. Okay, so into downward dog, lifting the hips, walking the feet forward a bit. You can do, let's do a wide dog this time. So taking the feet almost as wide as your yoga mat. And then making sure you feel like you're stretching up through the tailbone, stretching the mat away. The hands and feet are stretching the mat away from each other. And then those heels are coming towards the mat, but the spine stays long. And now take your feet back in line with your hip joints. So still in downward dog. We're going to do the other side. Right foot comes closer to the left foot. We're going to inhale and stretch your left leg up behind. Bend the left knee, foot towards the bottom. Take your foot over to the right buttocks and then lift the knee up towards the ceiling, opening up through the hip and the side. And then come back to flat hip, straighten your leg out behind, look between your hands and place your foot in there. And then step the right foot forward also. So we're in the forward fold, hands onto the shins, inhale to your halfway position. Exhale, fold down. Big circle, inhale, up we come to standing, palms together, hands to the heart. Closing your eyes, taking 3 long, slow breaths. And then letting your hands come down, opening your eyes with a smile. All right, it's time for an inverted posture now. So if you have a bolster, take yourself into your preferred inversion with your bolster. If you need to, you're having your legs up the wall. You could have the bolster and the legs up the wall if you wanted to. If you don't have a wall available nearby and you have a lounge or a chair, you can sit, get your bottom up next to the base of it and then put your calves onto the lounge part where you would actually sit. So once you're in that inversion, letting yourself relax as much as you can. Let's practice the 1 to 10 breath. So you're inhaling on the odd numbers and exhaling on the evens. Feeling sensations in the legs and feet. And knowing that this is an excellent posture that you can take yourself into anytime when you just really need to chill out. It helps your adrenal system just drop down and relax. Not only that, it's taking the pressure off of your legs and your internal organs. They're all moving in the opposite direction. And many other benefits. So let's do another round of 1 to 10 breath. And then slowly bending your knees back over your body. If you're at the lounge or the wall, roll yourself to the side. If you are over a bolster, take your feet down one by one. Just relax there. A few breaths. And then bring yourself up to a seated position. I think it's nice to do a good relaxation. I think everyone needs that and enjoyed it the other day. So if you've got another sort of 5 or so minutes, let's take ourselves back to relaxation, into Shavasana. So you could have a head support, you could have a bolster or a pillow under your knees if you chose to. You could just have your legs lengthened out, making yourself comfortable. So feeling your whole body relaxing. And become aware of the breath at the tip of the nostrils. Touch and the temperature of your breath. Feel the sensations in the palms of your hands. Feel your heart beating in your chest. And the little pulsing around your entire body. Take a little journey of awareness, relaxing each part that's mentioned. If your mind wanders, just come back to the sequence whenever you realise. Starting off with the right hand side of the body, thumb, index finger, middle finger, ring finger, little finger, palm, back of the hand, wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, waist, hip, thigh, knee, lower leg, ankle, foot, big toe, second toe, third, fourth, fifth. The whole right side of the body. To the left, thumb, index finger, middle finger, ring finger, little finger, palm, back of the hand, forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, waist, left hip, thigh, knee, lower leg, ankle, foot, big toe, second, third, fourth, fifth. The whole left side of the body. Tips of the toes, soles of the feet, heels, back of the legs, buttocks, lower back, mid back, upper back, shoulder blades, neck, scalp, forehead, eyebrows, eyes, nose, cheeks, ears, jaw, mouth, chin, throat, collarbones, chest, abdomen, pelvis, thighs, knees, shins, feet, toes, tips of the toes, the whole body relaxed, whole body relaxed. Starting to feel your breath. Allowing your breath to deepen. Feel the back of your body, the front of your body, clothes against your skin, temperature of the air on exposed skin. Let your head gently ease from side to side. Run your tongue over your teeth. Give your fingers and toes a little wriggle. Circling the ankles and the wrists. When you're ready, have a big long stretch and a yawn. And once you're done, roll onto your right side. Three things you're grateful for. One thing at least that you acknowledge yourself for. And then when you're ready, come up to a seated position. So I'll finish off with a loving kindness prayer, bringing our hands to the heart center. Inhale a big circle. May we be filled with loving kindness. May we be well. May we be peaceful and at ease in our lives. And may we be happy. Namaste. Thank you all for coming. Have a lovely day.